Boys, today I have accumulated the internet's hardest questions. Now, we have done this in the past, and I asked at that time my chat, my viewers, and 6,000 people answered. But today, we are not looking at the masses. We are not looking at the many. We are looking at the few. I asked 10, 15, 20 of the biggest YouTubers in the world the internet's hardest questions. And we'll see where they lie. Jacksepticeye, Kuno, izzywizzy, Schlatt, Moist Critical, Cutie, Alfred, and more answer these questions. We will see where they lied, laid, Lou. Were they lane? Were they laid? Were they lied? How does that work? Any English nerds? Any English nerds in chat? Let's take a look first and foremost at the questions, because obviously every good study starts with good questions. Now, we asked a tight eight questions that I thought were the hardest that you could possibly have to answer. Like, what is your name? What we'll do is we'll go through chat, we'll go through, and I'll have you guys vote live, okay, on which one you think is right. That way you will have a say, but at the end of the day, we are curious as to what the YouTubers said. So we're going to look at what their total accumulative answers were with the 17 that I polled, and then what the individuals were, okay? Sound good? Sound good. Now let's jump to it. Our first question, if you bake one lasagna and then another lasagna, stack one on top of the other, how many lasagnas do you have? One or two? Who would win in a fight? Billion lions or every Pokemon? Simple, tried and true. Is cereal soup? Okay, getting somewhere. Is water wet? The trolley problem, classic. How many holes are in a straw? And I gave an image of a straw just so you know. Can pineapple go on pizza? Cats or dogs? Which do you pour first while making cereal, milk, or cereal? And how are you doing on a scale from 1 to 10. That's just trying to see how their day is going, you know? Now, let's jump to it, boys. Now we have our first question. If you bake a lasagna, and then you bake another lasagna, and you stack one lasagna on top of the other, how many lasagnas do you have? Now, we've been asking this question for literally years. Now, let's just do a quick survey with chat. One lasagna or two lasagna? What do you think, chat? I personally am smart. I have 2 degrees, which is why I know the answer is 1. This is not really, like, I put this question in here basically to find out which YouTubers are dumb. I set it up all innocent when I DM'd everyone. I was like, hey, just like a funny little survey. If you answered 2 here, YouTuber friend, just know we are done professionally and possibly romantically, Kuno, if you put 2. Wait. No, it's 2. Hold up. I panicked. Wait, the answer's 2. Yeah, retake. Hey, can we get another cut? Quiet on set. The answer is obvious. It's 2. This is basically a chump check. All right? This is me trying to figure out my what do you call them? Coworkers' intelligence. So if anyone put 1, they're dead to me. Both professionally and in Kuno's case, romantically. 1 is what people think when their brain is smoother. Like when it has been softened like marble. Imagine you have a lasagna, okay? And it is baked. And then 2 weeks later, you bake a new lasagna. This one has been in the freezer. Now, we take the freezer lasagna and we put the fresh baked lasagna on top. How many do you have? Now, that's not the question. But if your answer changed to 2, we can understand now, that there are situations where the lasagnas will not melange. You got to find the line. And when you're asking a hypothetical that requires a line to be drawn in the sand, I'm not so sure that's a slippery slope I would like to go down, which is why I am a firm 2 believer, because 2s understand about tradition. I don't know what else, but they understand. They're smarter inherently. Funnily enough, you guys voted 1. Now let's see what the YouTubers voted on, because that's what matters here. The YouTubers also went with 1. So I have quite a few people to unfollow after I look through. We'll see exactly who said what when we go through it. So let's take a look at the next one. Who would win in a fight? 1 billion lions or every Pokemon? I have always been on the right side of the history. You know this. But sometimes in life, you are ahead of your time. And that's just like a fear of mine that I am living ahead of my time. And in the future, they will look back and be like, damn, he really knew what was up. And I am here to say very proudly, 1 billion is a big number. Do you know how big that number is? A billion is a big number. Argument 1, earthquake. End of argument. So true. That if a lion had to deal with an earthquake, I'm sure that they would all go extinct. Yep, that's a really good point. Yes, if only earthquakes were real. Yeah, 5 head. This is who's on your side. Anyway, this time, 1,600 people in my chat. 2/3 are dumb and went with Pokemon, which I would be insulted by, but about the same percentage of YouTubers are just as dumb. Hey, do you ever want to be a YouTuber? It's not that hard. Literally 65% have no brains. We have learned this here today. If this is Sykkuno, we are done professionally and romantically. I vow that. Anyway, let's go next. Let's go out of the world of make-believe and into the world of English, specifically naming conventions. Is cereal soup? No. No, it's not. Why? We use words to describe things to mean something. So very simply, if I come up to you with a bowl of cereal and I go, hey, you want some soup? I don't think that would be conventionally understood. I think I would be not understood, misunderstood. All the words are made up. Cereal could have been called Floofinfargen. We don't know why it was called cereal. Someone picked it along the way. But that's the beauty of language. I think I am very much in the majority. No shot. Also, if you think cereal's soup, then if I shit in a toilet bowl, you got to call that soup. Inedible soup. We'll see which YouTubers said yes. I will tell you, it's not 100-0 here. So I am concerned. I am concerned. But for now, it is 90% no, which chat hurts my soul because the YouTubers, 70-30. Which brings us to our next question, another one. Is water wet? My gut always said yeah. I don't understand why water wouldn't be wet. What would make water not wet? But I've never put too much thought into it. Let's see where you guys lie on it. 53% of my chat said yes, which is uncanny because 52.9% of YouTubers also said yes. Outside of the is water wet, you guys have been pretty 1-to-1. Maybe YouTubers just like watching my stream. Next question. And this is where we start to get a little bit philosophical. The trolley problem. There is a runway with a trolley barreling down the railway tracks. Ahead on the tracks, there are 5 people tied up and unable to move. The trolley ahead is straight headed towards them. You are standing some distance off in the train yard next to a lever. If you pull the lever, the trolley will switch to a different set of tracks. However, there is one person on those tracks. Do you pull the lever? What the fuck was that? Why is this a loop, by the way? Okay, I'll just do this. Okay, fixed. 5 head. Would you pull the lever? Is action equal to inaction? Right now, you could give up all your life savings and probably save some lives. What is the level of inaction that is immoral? Why is the problem a trolley and not a train? Is a trolley a train? Is a trolley wet? Who would win, a billion trolleys or all the trains? You guys have decided that you would kill one, aka pull the lever. What would I do? Pull the track, hop on the trolley, pull back off the rails. We're off road. Steady, steady. Everybody lives. They make a movie off of it. But the rest of the YouTubers decided that they would pull the lever. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. They're all murderers. They are all murderers. Next up is a bit of a fun one. One that I don't hear a lot, but I do like a lot. How many holes are in a straw? For once, the YouTubers are smarter than Twitch chat because 12% of you still went with 2, but the YouTubers very nicely went with 100%. Every single person knows that a straw has 1 hole. one hole in the straw. Next question. This one is less of a philosophical, theoretical. It's more of a chump check. Can pineapple go on pizza? Now, the question was simple here. Can pineapple go on pizza? Can. Yeah. You just put it on the pizza. You just put it there. Now, I think people understood it much more as should you, which is fair. So that's how I'm going to phrase it to you, chat. Should you put pineapple on pizza? Wow, what a contentious vote. Okay, here's my problem with this being so split. Are we drawing the line at pizza? We're talking about pizza. We're not talking about anything else except pizza. This is where you put your foot down. This is the hill you die on. Why is this the contentious one everyone brings up? Pineapple on pizza. Who cares? This is the age-old question. Why is this the one everyone fights for? What about foie gras? Should that even exist? Where you overfeed ducks so that their livers expand beyond normal capacity and they're basically unable to move. Then you kill them, cut out their liver, sell that, foie gras. It's a real thing. Yet this is the one everyone fights for. Pineapples on pizza. I don't get it. Look, I'm as judgy as it gets. I love judging. But majority of you guys who said yes, which is good. But look at the YouTubers. How many said no? I not even phrase it should. I phrased it can. What's wrong with pineapple? Jeez. About 50-50 for this one. As 50-50 as it can get with 17 people. Which leads us to our final two questions. First, cats or dogs? Simple. Simple one. A preferential one. Although Mizkif made a very good argument that I had never really heard before. He says that the animals have different value depending on the time of the life you are in. Your age. Because like when you're a kid, up until you move out, 18, a dog's better. They're more active. They're hyper. But then you move out. So you usually, not always, but usually at 18, all the way up until you maybe have a kid, maybe 35. And all of a sudden, you can't have a dog, but you're working a lot. All right. Taking care of a dog is a lot harder when you don't have your parents to fall back on. Nothing as easy as a cat. Cats are just easier pets to own. Now, by 35, you'll likely have a kid. You will not just have had a kid, but you'll have a kid that's old enough. And what does every kid need? Well, let's look here. A dog. But then you're older. And when you're old, you can't really take care of a dog. You know, grandpas, grandmas sometimes can't walk so good. Dog needs a lot of attention, a lot of energy to exert. So it's back to cat. Now, look, this is not like a structure you have to follow, but it makes sense. You add it all up, I would argue dogs are better, but it also depends how long you live. I think dogs are better. I don't think I'm capable of taking care of a dog, but I know I could take care of a cat. All right, you guys have gone with dogs by a margin of 60-40, which is a little bit more than the YouTubers who went almost 50-50, slightly in favor of dogs. And then we have one final question. Which do you pour first while making cereal? Now, to be very clear, there is really only one answer. Admittedly, I'm on the wrong side of history here. This is an embarrassing admission that I do pour the milk first. I only did this to find brothers and sisters in arms. The goal of this question, to get a friend. I do have at least one person on my side. So we'll see who that is while we look at all the individual answers, starting with Jacksepticeye, our first contestant up. His first question was about lasagna, 1 or 2. 2 would make me respect Jack a lot. I respect him a lot, but even more. It just goes to show. You make friends within your level of brain power. Because if you are friends with people who are just miles dumber than you, you're just not going to be able to have these intellectual conversations that me and Jack are able to have. We almost don't talk. We just communicate purely through thought sometimes. But he needs to go 2 for 2 on the friend test. He needs to go lions here. Now, Jack makes a lot of money. In fact, all YouTubers make a lot of money, which means one thing. They know about big numbers. So surely Jack went with lions. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my boy. Good job, Jack. 2 for 2 on the friend test. Did you go for 2 for 2? Welcome, friend. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Friend. Is cereal soup? I would think that he should go no here. Knowing Jack, Shirley. It's like I'm talking to myself. We might as well be twins. Keep it going, Jack. Keep it going. Is water wet? Yes. Oh my God. Trolley problem. Pull it, Jack. Pull it. You're not scared. Yes! Yeah. How many holes in a straw? There's one, Jack. Why is he so smart? Pineapple on pizza? He's a classy man. All right, he respects people. Of course, he would say it's fine. Oh my God. Cats or dogs? Dogs. And you know, they say opposites attract. I'm not mad about it. That's okay. This is fine. Wait, imagine he pours the milk first. If it's Jack that pours the milk first, I might marry this man. Okay, it admittedly would have made him a more cringe human if he poured the milk first, admittedly. So this is a better overall score for him. I am sad that I wonder who my brother in crime is here. Next, Yeti. Yeti, kind of dumb. Surely he gets one of these first two wrong. Lasagnas, crushes, 2. Great answer. I knew it. I knew Yeti was a dumb, stupid idiot who thinks that somehow Pokemon would beat the Lions. And I would love to see Yeti in a room talking about Mug Cargo. And then I would love to, after that, play a little showdown against Yeti and just destroy him with level 99 Rattatas. He is a dumb motherfucker for this, and I will never forgive you. Is cereal soup? Yes. What are you, being quirky? This is your hero, by the way. If you're a Pokemon believer, this is your guy. Keep him. Have him. I don't want him. Is water wet? No. Jesus. I bet he doesn't pull. Cap. That's Cap. How many holes in a straw? He can't mess this one up. No one did. Everyone guessed 1. Pineapple on pizza? Yes. Okay. Cats or dogs? Cats. Which do you prefer to make, cereal or milk cereal? Well, that's all good and dandy. Let's just do this, though, real quick. If I knew how to spell apocalypse, it would be fucking over for you, bitch. You're damn lucky I don't know how to spell that word. Sykkuno! Wait, I want to listen to Sykkuno's YouTube intro. I actually love it.
What is up, guys? It's Sykkuno here.
Do you think he records it every time, or is it just one that they put in every time? I imagine he just one-shotted it. Sykkuno is smart, man. Obviously went with me and Jack. You have 2. Now, Sykkuno and I will be done professionally and romantically if he thinks the Pokemon beat the Lions, but surely he understands that 1 billion is a big number. Okay. Every hero has a heel turn, and the thing about heroes is they all make it up with a cereal soup. Good start. Is water wet? This has to be a yes. It's almost irredeemable. Do you think Sykkuno pulls the lever? There's no way, right? Oh, Jesus. There's a trolley headed right for you guys. Oh, Jesus. And then the people in the tracks are like, yeah, there's a fucking lever. There's a lever! Oh, Jesus. There's a big trolley. You guys shouldn't be there. Yeah! Pull it! It all makes sense. How many holes in a straw? Everybody went with 1. No suspense there. Can pineapple go on pizza? Sykkuno's a nice guy. He would never say what you can't do. Cats or dogs? Surely he's a dog person. This is an interesting one. There is only one person who pours the milk before the cereal outside of me. Is Sykkuno my secret soulmate? If it is the case, I'll retract my tweet. Oh my God! It is! It is Sykkuno! Saved! Justice! I'm glad that he was my brother in arms, because only one person here was the milk pourer, the dirty, filthy milk pourer, and one person was my soulmate, and the fact that it's Sykkuno, I mean, I couldn't be more flattered. Next up is Connor Eat Band. Connor, no cap, kind of got rocks for brains. I've always said that about him. The only thing Connor knows about is Pokemon. All right, I've seen that man on Twitch Jeopardy. He was a snooze fest. Then I asked which Pokemon made the noise, and he'd be like, yes, that is Tailo. So I suspect that here he put 1, my King of Kings. Surely he puts Pokemon, though. He's too much of a Pokemon stan to put Lions. Okay. Okay. Is cereal soup? Shirley, he puts no. Is water wet? Yes. Bro, what? Connor, what are you smoking? How's the big reefer over there in Texas, dog? I'm calling Connor. I just want him to explain to me. Hey, what the fuck does it mean when you say water isn't wet?
I don't know. I never really thought that one through. So I thought water makes things wet. Like for something to be wet, it has to ever be in a state where it's not wet as well, right? Water is only ever wet. So I feel like it's not really a fair point to say, water is wet because it's never not.
I'm about to checkmate you. Can you have a ice cube that is wet and an ice cube that is dry?
I don't know if you can have one that's dry.
Your Honor, I rest my case. Did I switch you over to the right side of history?
Yeah, sure.
Yay! Anyway, what do you got next for us, Connor? How many holes are in a straw? He said 1. Can pineapple go on pizza? Surely Connor is a man who lets people do what they'd like in this life, and he said yes. I'm calling Connor again.
Hey.
Walk me through the pineapple thing.
As I've gotten a little bit older, I've realized that taking away agency from other people is a little bit freeing. So just to tell people no to certain things is kind of relaxing. So I picked no.
You swayed me, bro. I'm on your side now. That's such a boomer reply. That's such a boomer thing to feel. All right, finally, cats or dogs? I could see him picking dog. I think he actually might be a dog person. But if you looked at him, you'd be like, that's a fucking cat person. But I think he's dog. Okay. I overthought. I went one level too deep. Finally, of course, he pours the cereal first. We'll go next, which is my roommate. Now, look, I said this was YouTubers, but most of the YouTubers kind of just ignored me and Donald-walled me, and I wanted to have enough replies to make this a YouTube video, so I just asked my roommates to do it. So let's go through my roommates. Aiden Calvin. How's it going? Big Eamon in the building. What did he go with? Now, he started with lasagna. He went with 2. I've made this argument in the house a lot, so it makes sense that he went there. Then he went with Pokemon winning the fight, which makes sense because Aiden is a Zoomer and so knows nothing about the world. Cereal is soup. He said yes, continuing the trend from the last one. Is water wet? Yes. Okay. Trolley problem. Surely Aiden polls. Yeah. How many holes in a straw? He said 1. Can pineapple go on pizza? He says yes. Cats or dogs? He goes cats. 100%. What? So we have a cat and a dog in this house. And every time Aiden sees the cat, he's almost like the monkey in Toy Story 3. And anytime he sees the cat, he's like, Kitty man! And he runs over to the cat to pick him up. And he has never done that with the dog. Ever. He basically analyzes the home. Imagine this Aiden, this cat, every single time. Every single time. Anyway, he definitely pours the cereal first because most people do, frankly. Anyway, next is my other roommate, which is Envy, who plugged himself, twitch.tv/Falco. My roommate, Nick. Last roommate, Aiden, said 2. Nick went with 2. He also went with Pokemon. I think he'll also go with yes. So I think this is 1-1 for Aiden. Trolley problem, Nick Shirley polls. Straw holes, 1, yes. Pineapple on pizza, yes. Cats or dogs? He seems like such a non-animal person. I don't think he's an animal person, but I think he goes dogs. And then cereal first, yes. Okay, so pretty much the same as Aiden with the one exception of the water is wet. Next, we have Ash. A few people said that they wouldn't do anything on the trolley problem, which is interesting. I think Ash is one of those people. But we'll find out. I'm not trying to start any riffs, but I got a problem with women. Because every woman I've talked to has said 1. And this is 5 for 5 now. What is up, women? Do we have beef? This hasn't made me think, oh, I am right. It's made me reconsider. Because usually women know shit that men don't. And I'm wondering if this is one of those situations. We'll know the answer on the next question, though. Lions or Pokemon? Okay. Is cereal soup? Okay. Whoa, she pulls the lever? That actually makes sense. She does have a maniacal laugh. I could imagine her pulling it and then doing that laugh she does that sounds like she's an evil person. Oh, I ate it.
Did you eat the potato?
Yes, I ate it. I think it's accurate. How many holes in a straw? Everybody said 1 for this. Can pineapple go? Apparently Ash going down the Connor route, which I think might be the right answer nowadays. Cats or dogs? Shirley, she's a cat person? Yes, okay. I've definitely seen a picture of her cat on Twitter before. And then she pours the cereal first. Izzywizzy! Now, Mizzy streamed this, so we might put some clips of his stream in the video for this, but Mizzy was smart.
Hello?
Mom?
Matt!
Hi, I'm on a game show, and I was wondering if I could call you about a question. If you bake 2 lasagnas and then stack 1 lasagna on top of each other, how many lasagnas do you have?
4.
Thank you. Four.
Well, he has some redeeming you know, he's not all dumb. I think the one thing that Mizzy brought up that made a lot of sense was the cats or dogs. And then he said he pours the cereal first and he's doing an 8 out of 10. Let's go, Mizzy. But yes, this one, we're gonna have to talk about this at some point. Next, we got, okay, this is not actually PewDiePie. This was a lie. This is just like a friend. Also, actually a woman, which you guessed it. Uh-oh, women. Schlatt! The fuck is wrong with Big Man? I will say Schlatt is a man who understands big numbers. Bigger number, better person. So surely he goes Lions here. What is this? Really? Did he have a friend fill it out because he was busy? Like, I would rather know that. If he says yes here, he's just an anarchist. What the fuck, Schlatt? Are you fucking with me? On God, you're eating cereal because you do it all the time on the Austin show. And you go, yep, just enjoying my bowl of soup. Schlatt soup tier list. It actually comes up. That's frustrating. I'm assuming he's going to continue down the anarchist path and go with no. He's really just always on the opposition. Is he going to do nothing? Yeah, of course he says do nothing. That's what God decided. I don't argue with big guns upstairs. I'm not the Pope. How many holes are in a straw? I'm shocked he didn't put 2. I guess his reputation would have really been tarnished because you go from contrarian to full-blown idiot. Can pineapple go on pizza? Surely, he says no. Yeah. Cats or dogs? He probably would have put neither if he could have, but I think he'll go cats. He's a cat simp. Simp for money and pussy. That is Schlatt's life. And then he pours the cereal first before the soup, and he's doing a 10 out of fucking 10. Just a fantastic day. Wow. Okay. Next up, we got Charlie. Charlie in the building. No, Charlie. Has he made a video on the Pokemon thing? Charlie makes a video on everything. Now, there's been a question that's been on the internet, whether 1 billion lions would beat all the Pokemon. Now, I'm going to use my 3,500 IQ brain and tell you right now the answer is, come on. Is cereal soup? No. Okay. I respect that. Is water wet? Yes. Trolley? Surely he pulls. How many holes? 1. Pineapple on pizza? Surely he says yes. Cats or dogs? He's surely a dog guy. Yeah. And then cereal first. How's he doing? At least a 7. A 9. Just fucking fantastic. Just a 9 out of 10 day. This is the moment of truth. I said women always go 1. If Cutie puts a 1 here, my theory is true. Women. In fact, Cutie's kind of contrarian against me, so I think she'll also go Pokemon. And then I think she might even... Okay, she goes no for cereal soup. That's good. Water wet. She might go no here. She would have some weird baker's reason. I don't know the logic. I think she streamed it. I'm curious what her thoughts were.
Oh my gosh. Informal British use of wet is showing a lack of forcefulness or strength of character. Feeble. I'm gonna start calling people wet as a burn, and I'll like say it to Minx, and she'll be like, "Oh," I'll be like, "Minx, you look so wet today," and she'll be like, "Oh yes, queen." Whap. Fine. Water's not wet. Water is water, and it gets things wet. Okay. You guys are annoying.
She definitely pulls the lever. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Pineapple on pizza? No. I've dead ass had Hawaiian pizza in front of her. I'm going to order it right now. I'm ordering Hawaiian pizza right now. Cats or dogs? She goes with dogs, which makes a lot of sense. She said dead ass before we have a dog and a cat. She's like, yeah, I mean, if it's gun ahead, cat or dog, I kill that cat. And I'm like, shit, bro. Chill. The cat's cute. He's like, yeah, but fuck him. I was like, damn. All right, few more. Alfred. I think Alfred is with me on this. He's a 2. E2 Brutus. Lions or Pokemon. So Alfred, when I sent this to him, his immediate response was, this shit again. And then he said, I will die on the hill for all of my answers. Is cereal soup? He says, yes. He said he'd die on that hill? Water is not wet, which I'm curious about. I'm curious about these two. He said he would die on this hill, but I feel like he wouldn't. Oh, hey, I'm live right now, and I'm reviewing some responses you made, and you said you'd die on all these hills.
Yeah.
Just first of all, let's just start classy. Let's just start easy. Cereal soup on God?
That's probably the least invested I am in a question.
Okay.
I just saw that and picked an answer.
I'm down to glaze past it because this is the one that's been the most contentious for me and where I've been fracturing friendships. One lasagna on God?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of the debates, and when it comes down to one lasagna, yeah, I don't really have a funny answer. I think you have one lasagna. You could even cut that lasagna up into multiple lasagnas. So I think if you put them back together, it's an lasagna.
Well, that's pretty much the only one that I argue on because I don't actually know the water is wet. I'm not smart enough. I just naturally think yes.
I was a chem major before I dropped out of college.
Is it like no mathematically?
I think it's a really confusing question, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's like how I see it is that like an individual water molecule is not wet, but molecules around it can make it wet. It shouldn't be wet, but like I don't think it's wet. I do not think water is wet, but I do think it's an interesting question.
You know, after talking to you, I think the other side's not as brain dead as I thought.
Thank you.
Firm handshakes, Jacob. Thank you for calling back. What a smart, intelligent young man. I don't know who MC the boss is. Magnus Carlson the boss. You think this is dead-ass Magnus? There's no way. I did send it to him, but he didn't reply to the message. This could be Magnus. It's just kind of funny if we read it assuming it's Magnus anyway. Yeah, they say that when you play chess, it makes you, you know, generally a genius, but it's true. It's true. The better you are at chess, the smarter you are in real life. El Magneto knows this. I'll give him a pass in the lasagna. I sit in a room with Magnus for 30 minutes. We go back and forth. Not only do we find out a brand new opening never played in the 3,000 years of chess, we also come to a firm agreement on 2. Is cereal soup? No. Respectful. He understands languages. Is water wet? Surely he goes no. Whoa. Does Magnus Carlson pull the trolley? Magnus pulls? Of course, he's a model. He pulls. There it is. Can pineapple go on pizza? I think he'll take it very literally and say yes. Whoa. The image of Magnus going to like a party and they have pineapple on pizza and him just roasting the people who got it is kind of funny. Cats or dogs? Cats. He pours the cereal first and he's a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know if this is Magnus, but I sent it to him, so it could be. I really have a few more. Aatrox, big A. Aatrox, I give him a hard time, but Aatrox actually is a smart guy. Cap. If you don't know, Aatrox works at NVIDIA marketing. He did the green out like 4 years ago. Ever since then, he's been coasting. I mean, he's literally a one-trick pony. That's all it is. I'm just going to call a spade when I seize one. No brains. I mean, no brains. Just absolute dog water up there, just slushing around. Just genuinely. You know what? Let's just play a song then. No, if he loves Pokemon so much. If he loves Pokemon so much, let's just take a listen. He loves Pokemon. Okay, no is a good answer. Wait, this actually sounds fire. Why is he singing so gutturally? I'm not convinced there's auto-tune. It could be his real voice. We'll find out at the chorus. Is water wet? Yes. Trolley problem, he pulls. One straw? No? I know he goes dogs.
I gotta say perfect.
You think if I send Aatrox a pineapple pizza, he doesn't eat a bite? He's a dirty little snacker, which sounded racially charged. But I mean, he eats snacks a lot.
Don't call me a dirty little snacker.
Anyway, next we got Stanzy. Stanzy, who is just a fucking savant. We'll forgive him here. Is cereal soup? No. Water wet? Yes. Trolley problem. He pulls. One straw. Pineapple on pizza? Yes. Stanzy and I are literally 1 for 1 with the sole exception of the Pokemon, which I will forgive Stans for because he has tried to do a Nuzlocke and he's so fucking bad that he will lose runs to just whatever Mon you could name. So I would assume that he would be a man who overpowers Pokemon in his brain because he's so bad against them. And then finally, we got Technoblade. Techno. We got Technoblade. If you bake 2 lasagna, stack one on the top, or how many you have? Techno said 1. He said Lions would win. Redemption arc. Cereal soup, no. Water's wet. I think Techno's going to go with no. He's an English major, actually. He's going to go with yes. Trolley problem. I think Techno doesn't pull. Techno is the definition of inaction. He used 1 monitor for almost the entirety of his YouTube career. Oh, he does pull. Blood for the blood god. Pineapple on pizza? No. Techno does seem righteous about things like that. Cats or dogs? He's a dog guy. And then finally, on a scale of 1 to 10, he's doing a 7. English majors? We are able to communicate with each other. Anyway, that was YouTubers. Answering the internet's hardest questions went on way longer than I was hoping. No worries. It was pretty fun. I think we'll do it again with streamers. Honestly, they're the same fucking thing. It's just so I can title the YouTube slightly differently.